Well, we're down here with Lee down at Garland Nursery, and Lee, we were down here a couple weeks ago and we were talking about deer-resistant plants, and you have some more plants that you want to talk about too.
I always have more plants that I want to talk about, right?
The list is long. We'll narrow it down a little bit. But.
So we're doing deer-resistant again.
Good.
And I just have a couple groupings here. I always like to group things how they might look nice in the landscape.
Right.
So I pulled a shade planting and a sun planting, and I'll just jump right in if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it. Let's start down in front.
So here we go. The centerpiece of this is the dwarf blue spruce here. And I have to look at the tag to know what variety it is. It is Glauca globosa. So this is going to be a fairly round conifer, maybe 3 to 4 feet high. Ultimately, it'll get bigger than that.
Right.
But great drought resistant, deer resistant. It's got
and slow grower too.
And slow grower, absolutely. So that's going to give you a fantastic blue color. I brought in a grass. This is Calamagrostis Avalanche. So this is a tall growing feather reed grass that has white variegation. I thought it looked really great.
It looks great against the blue.
Yeah, great with the blue. And it's going to get really great seed heads as well that come up probably in the 5-foot range.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it stays fairly erect, and it'll hold up until usually Thanksgiving time. So it's a great looking grass all the way through Thanksgiving. It turns sort of a buff color, and then I cut mine back.
You know, some people will leave up that dried grassy look through the winter and cut it in the spring, but you can always take it down in the fall too.
And then with it, I have a heather, and let's check the variety on that. Mrs. DF Maxwell, but there are plenty of great heathers that you can use. Heathers, conifers, grasses all look fantastic together. Again, deer resistant. This one blooms in the summer, but we also have, you know, spring bloomers and winter bloomers as well.
So it's nice. So even though you don't have, you know, a ton of bloom color in here, you get a lot of color through foliage color and texture and, you know, plumes from the grasses.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and then people sometimes talk, you know, well, I have, you know, a shady area that I want to work into, and the shade's always a little bit harder too. But so you have some good choices for deer resistance and shade.
And again, I just brought 3 plants in. There are plenty more that we could talk about. Maybe in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, that's sure. Come back down.
Okay.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So, yeah, your producer might not agree with that, but you know, maybe we'll twist his arm.
That's right.
So we got a Japanese maple, and this one's called Ukigumo. What's great about this is it's got some mottled white and pink new growth to it.
Yeah, it's really pretty coloring.
And it's even a little more of that when the foliage first starts to come out. And then in the summer it goes more towards the greens.
Okay.
But really fantastic spring color and a beautiful tree, even when the leaves are off it in the winter.
Right.
So, and then I brought in a rhododendron called Wine and Roses. So I don't know which is the wine and which is the roses, but if you look underneath, it's just a fantastic sort of burgundy color.
Just brilliant, bright red color underneath the bottom side of that leaf.
It's a fantastic, fantastic, and I'm guessing the rose-colored flowers is the rose part of it. Right. There you go.
And then this great silver guy is another good one for
So
shade.
Brunera Looking Glass is a Brunera. They get blue flowers in the spring.
Kind of that forget-me-not blue.
Yeah, the forget-me-not blue-looking flowers. But what I love about this is the foliage, and it gives sort of a little bit of that hosta feel with the bigger heart-shaped leaf. But because it's got the hair on it, the slugs don't go to it, and the deer usually leave it alone. They might browse it a little bit early spring when the foliage is just coming on, but they usually leave it alone.
That feel of that leaf seems like they might not want to munch on it very good. So, well, you guys have, you know, a great selection down here for all sorts of, you know, deer-resistant plants, but, you know, a whole range of other plants too. So, you know, you can come down, you know, and talk to you, or your staff is, you know, very knowledgeable on all sorts of recommendations for what they can do. So, you know, you can also, you know, go to your website. So you have a listing of all the plant material on there and get tips and tricks there.
Do I need to say it? www.garlandnursery.com?
Absolutely. Or if you can't remember that, you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to their site. So, Lee, it's always a pleasure to be down here. So we thank you very much.
Thank you very much.